Welcome to the Elite Way podcast, where we interview entrepreneurs, business owners, and real estate agents who operate their business the elite way. I'm so excited about today's episode. We have an agent who's been in the industry for over a decade, and there's no sight in stopping her or holding her back. What she's built has been incredible. One of my favorite things about her is this: she's known in the industry. She has a good name, a good reputation. She's a top producer, one of the best in all of DFW. The one, the only, Holly Oestereich is on the pod today.
I'm excited to be here. That was a great intro.
It was pulling teeth. You're so busy nowadays, you know? I mean, honestly,
You caught me in the summertime.
I asked you over and over, and your response always was, Steve, do you know who I am?
No.
I'm like, that's why I want to have you on, you know? But I'm excited you finally made time for us.
Hey, listen, if you are a solo parent with 3 kids in the summer, you know it's like a million places at once and all the things to juggle. But we're here.
That's true.
We're
That's
here.
true. It's wild seeing the perspective of an agent who's probably single or young, no kids, versus a working parent
Yeah.
with kids, and it's
For sure.
literally you're pulled 100 different directions. But in the midst of all that, like, you just crush it, and honestly, it's so inspiring.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we're on.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start here. You've been in the industry for well over a decade, and you've built an incredible name, a awesome, high producing business. What's the biggest shift you've seen in the industry from when you started and then now 2026? Because it's shifted a lot, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think everybody could say the COVID shift at the front end of it, and then at the end of the COVID shift was really crazy. I mean, I feel like that one was almost more abrupt than the start of the crazy COVID time where
When did you
everything was
start?
so competitive. When did I start selling real estate?
Yeah.
I started in 2016.
Wow. Okay. Oh,
So I
okay,
did admin stuff for a few years prior. So I've actually been in the industry for like 12.
Okay.
But I did admin at the beginning and then did some marketing stuff while I was getting my license, and then sold on a team for about 2 years and then went on my own in 18.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Okay. So
But the end of 2020
Yeah.
was crazy. Yeah.
why? How so? Like, what's the shift? That's like,
Yeah.
man, real estate's different now
Yeah.
from when I started.
So when I started, you had to be competitive. I feel like I walked into the industry having to know how to write a competitive offer, but nothing like what we had to do when everything shifted just right after COVID hit. Like end of 2020. I mean, it was just crazy to be like, oh my gosh, I have to give away my firstborn child
Yeah.
just to get a house, it seemed like. And so, but I feel like it really grew us as agents because we had to learn how to have really tough conversations with people. We had to get really creative, especially at my age. I was working with a lot of first-time home buyers. So, we really had to get creative on do they have enough cash, or how can we, if we don't have enough cash, still write a really strong competitive offer and work the agent to agent relationship to be able to secure a house. I feel like that was the thing that was such a difference maker, especially for my first time home buyers, was learning how to become best friends with the agent on the other side.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I had agents all the time saying, well, you weren't our highest offer, but we liked you the best.
Yeah.
And so
Where does that come
So-
from? Like, what would you say made you like the better agent? I guess, you know.
I insisted on talking to the agent over the phone. Like I would, I felt like I was selling not just the client, but I was selling the agent almost more. So I would leave them some kind of a voicemail with some kind of a hook that like would make them want to call me back.
Okay. Yeah. No, for sure.
And then, I just used some of my background in the service industry to buddy with them, make them feel like I was going to be the easiest to work with. And I felt like that was kind of all it took. There were a lot of agents out there that would just throw an offer out there and would say, hey, like, what's the point? Everyone's blowing their phones up. They're not going to remember me. There's nothing I'm going to say over the phone is really going to make a difference. So we'll just throw out all the money in the world at them and just see if we win.
Yeah, for sure.
And it just wasn't enough.
Yeah.
So,
And so it was wild be, uh, uh, because in that season, especially from 2020 to about 2023, maybe, like
mhm.
everyone was selling, right? I mean,
Yeah.
houses were just flying off the market. Like
Yes.
every agent, whether you were good,
Yep.
bad, old, new, and so on, like everyone was doing business. And all
Yeah.
of a sudden, 2023, the end of
It
it
was like
comes,
September,
2024,
October time. It
and
was
it
a
comes to a halt, right? And
yes.
then so
It
many
was
agents actually
crazy.
left the industry after
Yep.
that, right? Because now you really had to be a
Yeah.
professional real estate agent, right?
Yes. Yeah. You had to know how to market.
Oh, okay. So markets. Okay,
Yeah.
what's been the biggest shift in marketing you've seen when it comes from when you started and then now 2026?
Yeah.
Because marketing is really what we do.
Sure.
Like our business rises and falls on our ability to lead generate, right?
Right. Yep.
And so what's been the biggest shift you've seen in that from when you started until now?
And lead generation or in marketing, both.
Yeah, both. Yeah.
So yeah, in that crazy COVID market, I didn't have to pick up a phone call. Like it just the business came
Yeah.
on both the listing side and the buyer side. The listing side, you didn't. I've always had a pride in the way my listings look online, but it didn't totally matter, and not as much as it does now, where you priced it, how you priced it, and really how it looked online. Agents were throwing houses up with iPhone photos
Yeah, no,
and they
for
were
real.
still
Selling like
selling
yep.
for 50 over,
Yeah.
And then when the shift happened, all of a sudden we had to like resharpen some of those skills and dig in and train ourselves and go get like learned on how to truly make a house look presentable online, how to price well, um, and how to work with again that agent to agent relationship, but in a new way. Like the roles reversed pretty quickly.
Yeah,
We needed those buyers agents rather than the other way
for
around.
sure.
And so I remember going to a conference around that beginning of 24 time and really having to shift my focus from how do I write a really strong offer to how do I go make a really strong looking listing in all regards. So,
Gotcha. Okay,
yeah.
what's the wildest story in that era? For example, I remember
Mm.
back then when I was still listing homes and so on, one of my listings got, and I kid you not, over 70
Yeah.
offers, I think it was. Was it
Yeah.
show? No, 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 no. Sorry. 70 showings and 40 offers.
Okay. I
It
think,
was just like, I
yeah.
mean, wild.
I think we had one that was close to or around 50. And so
Offers?
offers.
That's
So
insane.
I opened because I had and my admin at the time, I opened like an offers at the Homes by Holly group email and had all offers going
Wow.
there.
Yeah.
And on Sunday nights, we'd be sitting there in the spreadsheet, just tag teaming that inbox and putting stuff into a spreadsheet, to try to sort through it.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about this, I think it was yesterday actually, where I was like, man, if we get back into that era again at some point where we're sorting through, 20, 30, 40 offers, AI is going to be so helpful
That's
because it
true,
wasn't
actually, for sure.
it wasn't a thing at the
So
time.
true.
And so, I'm curious to see how agents may use it still in a secured way, but to help them sort through offers that, they get their listings get so many offers and it's like, okay, how are we going to do this efficiently
For
and
sure.
not just spend hours and hours throwing stuff into a spreadsheet.
Okay. You've
Yeah.
ran or um you've been on a team and now you
Yeah.
lead a team. You've led a team before,
Mhm.
you've led an office before.
Yeah.
And so I'm assuming you're a fan of people being on teams, right? Because
Yeah.
it really could make or break an agent, right?
Yeah,
Okay, what's
absolutely.
one of the strengths about being on a team?
I loved how like just running with other people. It's real estate can be a lonely industry,
It is the
entrepreneurship
loneliest.
in
Yeah,
general, but it can be very lonely. And because the success rate is so low, it's so easy for you to just get your license, realize how hard it is, and get out. And so when you're doing it so closely with other people who a lot of times are also newer, a lot of times people who go on teams, they're new
for
to the
sure. Yeah.
industry. And so when you're doing it together with somebody else to look up to, it's so much more motivating. You're like, oh, I got to get out of bed today because so and so's out of bed today.
Yeah,
I got to
yeah,
make more calls. I got to do this.
yeah.
It's a little bit of my competitive nature too. But I think a lot of people, if they're entrepreneurs, they can be generally competitive as well. So it's fun to run with other people and just have somebody to do it with. For me, I just felt like I was able to learn so much faster on a team too, because not only did I have my experience from the sales I was getting, which I was getting some business from my team lead as well. So I was getting more at bats quicker.
Yeah.
But I was also able to hear in our team meetings or just in the office every day the crazy stuff people were having in certain transactions, and I was able to learn from it. So not only was I learning from my business, but I was learning from other people's business. And so it was helpful. I just felt like it just really excelled
Really helped you
my
win.
yes, a lot
So
quicker.
yeah, so much faster. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Because this industry is brutal.
Yeah.
Like, social media makes it look so much easier and so much more successful than it actually is.
Yeah.
Like it's a reality that 90% of agents cannot make this a full-time career.
Mhm.
Okay? So now, being a leader in this industry,
Mhm.
in amazing leader who has built, why do you think that is? Like, why is it that so many people, look at this, when everybody is saying, hey, sign up
Mhm.
over here, we're gonna help you win.
Yeah.
Obviously, uh, we all have to say that, because we all want to grow our
Yeah.
businesses, companies, and so on. Okay, but if everyone had the actual like blueprint and so on, like why is it that 90% of agents you feel
Yeah.
still are on the struggle bus in this industry? What do you think that really is?
I think there is a myriad of things. It's been fun to see how you lead because it is so prospecting focused. Um, but you lead people's minds as well, rather than just teaching them how to go do the things.
Yeah.
You're helping them get out of their own way. So especially, I mean, yes, leading an office, but also leading a team, I have a much more close experience and interactions with the ones that come onto my team. We make a lot of excuses for why we should not
It's
do
so true.
the hard
Yeah.
things that, it's like, gosh, oh, it's really scary to go door knocking or, to pick up a call and make a cold call. I was in the time of the door knocking and the cold calling when I was
Okay,
new.
so hold on.
So I did a
You actually
lot
knock
of that.
doors?
Oh yeah. I need to
Really?
tell you about the time that I knocked a murderer's door.
On whose door?
Like a murderer.
A murderer's
Yeah,
door.
I
Like,
gotta
what in
tell you
the
about that.
world?
Yeah.
What happened?
That'll be another.
Huh?
To make a long story short, I'll try to make it short. So I was door knocking around a listing. It was one of my team members' listings. So we went together. So that was
Okay.
another thing. We weren't
Yeah.
alone. She knocked one side, I knocked the other, and for whatever reason, I think the Holy Spirit was like, "Hey, put a pocket knife in your clothes," and so I just did. I like never did that. I probably should have.
Yeah. That's wild.
Us women, we got to keep ourselves
For
protected when we're
sure.
doing that stuff. But um, he knocked on his door. We always had the business model of coming back for a listing appointment with the team lead. So at the time I was just a buyer's agent. So I was out there getting the business, hoping they'd be a buyer too, but I'd kind of be co-working the listing if I got a listing. So got the listing appointment. We do it, hands up, he's trying to kind of get me one-on-one. Hey, come over, have coffee sometime, whatever. This, it's about 60 or whatever,
Okay.
60 years old. So he just seemed like, a lonely old guy or whatever. And he ends up listing with the neighbor next door. And I'm like, why didn't you just go with her in the first place? Like, why'd you interact with us so much?
He's like, because I wanted to kill you. No, I'm kidding.
Bro, listen. Okay, so 2 years later, I get a call. It's like 6:30 at night. I'm cooking spaghetti. I got a baby on the hip. Like I'm married now, all the
Yeah, yeah.
things. I get a call from a detective in California. And that's where this guy was moving back to
Wow.
and to take care of his mom. And he was like, "How do you know this guy?" I won't say his name. And it took me a minute because I'd had quite a few conversations with this guy trying to get his business because I was like dog on a bone. I was like, I'm going to get this guy. Even if he lists with this other lady, he's going to cancel with her. He's going to sell with me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Never happened. He ended up selling it, whatever. But so I remembered, I was like, oh, well, I met him. I had some appointments with him, but he ended up doing business with somebody else. So I really don't know. And I was like, what's going on? And they were like, well, I'll let you look it up. We can't tell you right now because it's not a closed case yet. But you can go find articles on what's happening. And he had your business card in his car from 2 years prior. So it was in the
Wow.
cup holder of his
Oh my
car. I looked
goodness.
it up, and he had been linked through genealogy, like the 23andMe stuff. He'd been linked to two at the time. I think there's more now.
That is crazy.
Murders of young 20-year-old
My
women
goodness.
from like 20 years back.
You were next. No, I'm kidding.
No, but I mean,
Yeah,
maybe,
yeah, yeah.
you know.
So,
So yeah, he's in prison now. Like he's been convicted of at least two, and I think they're connecting him to
my
more.
goodness. I mean, honestly,
So
this industry, you just never know who you're
yeah,
really working with, especially in the world of social media when people are sending you DMs. Hey,
yeah.
I
Oh, there's been
want to buy a
several of
house, want to sell
those.
a house, and so on. Like, it's kind of one of those things where like everything
Yeah,
has to be like on I
yeah.
don't know,
And
high alert, I guess.
this guy had never been convicted of anything prior. Like now we have that
Interesting.
forewarn,
Yeah, yeah.
and I use that religiously before I go meet people. But it wasn't a thing at the time.
Wow.
And yeah, who knew? I
Okay.
almost got dead.
Okay. So back to
Yeah, what was the
leading the
question?
team.
Yeah.
Okay. Back to why is it that most agents aren't making it? And then
Yeah.
you were talking about mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what do you think it is about mindset though? One of the things I say a lot is that information
Hmm.
doesn't make you, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like you truly have to be someone that is transformed into someone you are currently not, right?
Yep. Yep.
And so why is it so hard for agents to like really see that from your experience,
Yeah.
leading an office, working with agents and so on? Because I'm
I will
assuming you've seen a
say,
lot of agents
yeah,
that haven't made it, right? Like, they
of
end up
course.
leaving the industry, going back and finding a job, et cetera, et cetera.
The connection that I have seen, the ones that truly make it are the ones that have the biggest why or the biggest purpose or need to be successful. So for me, I was a single mom whenever I got my license and got into the industry. So I didn't have a choice. I had some safety nets from my parents, but not much. It was okay, your account goes negative and then we'll help
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
And I was, had a lot of independence too. And I just wanted to make it. I had a lot of people telling me, I think too, that like he was going to lack because I was single.
wow,
And so I was just bound and determined to prove people wrong.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like he will not lack. In fact, he will have everything he needs and then some from me as a mom, but like also financially,
for sure.
the roof over his head, the sports he wants to play, whatever he wants to go do, are not going to be held back by money.
I love that.
Everybody, yeah,
Yeah, your why really has to be big enough, right? That
right,
it just wakes you up. It makes you
right,
want to punch fear in the face
right.
every single day.
Sure, absolutely. And I have a wonderful family, but I wasn't raised with this is how you grow your mindset around fear. it was, oh, if you're scared to do it, that's okay. You can go do something
Don't do
else
it.
that
Yeah.
you're not scared of. And so I still carry a lot of that. Like you putting me on the stage here in a few months, I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, what?
Yeah, I know. I
But I'm
love
gonna
it
do it. Like
for sure.
I never want to look back on my life. I was telling one of my team members this week. We never want to look back on our lives and say, oh, I didn't do something that could have been a really cool opportunity for me because I was scared.
Yeah.
What? No. And I never want my kids to do that either. You see in your kids all this potential, way more than they do, way more than you see potential in your own self. So why would I, if I'm not going to limit them, why would I limit myself?
Yeah.
But I think going back to your original question, everyone can find their why. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of work to get there or a little bit of creativity or what have you. I think it's easier for us to find a why when it's not us that when it's not just us counting on ourselves.
Yeah.
When we've got kids counting on us, it's like, okay,
It's different.
like you got to
Yeah.
buckle down. But those who find the why with or without kids are the ones I found to be most successful. And if, they're just out here trying to muster it from nothing or just like, oh, well, I got to pay some bills, but whatever, yeah, you can make a lot of money in this industry. One check, whatever, that covers me for the next 3 months if I don't have that many bills or
For
kids
sure.
counting
Yeah.
on me
Yeah.
or what have you. So it's easy to coast. So I've seen that a lot. And then people just don't want to get out of their own way when it comes to what they're scared of doing. So picking up the phone call and making the hard, weird call or what they feel like
Yep.
is going to be hard or
Yeah.
weird. A lot of times it's not. And you go and I've made the best connections from door knocking or cold calling. And I have repeat clients
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
from
It's
door
cool.
knocking and cold calling. So, again, those are the hardest things you can do. So if you can do that, you can do anything
I
else.
love that. Yo,
When it
look at
comes to
this.
prospecting,
No, yeah.
go tackle
100%.
the hard thing.
I love that. Agents who are watching this and or lenders, whoever you are, whatever business you're in, and you're hearing, oh, find your why, know your why. And like people hear it so
Yeah.
much, they end up not putting value on it and so
Yeah.
on. But you are right. I am also a believer that it's your why that truly helps you become the person you
Yeah.
need to become because most aren't, right? Most are in this industry and they have a plan B, they have a side thing, maybe it's
Right.
a spouse who works, maybe
Right.
they
They
still
have a
have a
lot of
job and
outs.
so on. And then
Yeah.
they like the idea of
hmm
possibly making it
hmm
in this industry. But if your why really is that big, like
Yeah.
you truly become unstoppable in
Yeah.
whatever you do. It's like, no, I don't care what it's gonna take. I
Yeah.
don't care what fear I have. Like this has to work.
Yep.
And I'm gonna make sure it works.
Yeah.
Whatever I have to do, whatever I have to overcome, like this is why I have to do it.
Yeah.
I love that, Holly, because so many agents still don't have a why and are asking themselves, like, why isn't this working?
Yeah.
I'm saying why a lot, like why,
Yeah.
But it's true though. If you know your why,
There are a lot of questions in this industry. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
if you know your why, you never have
Yeah.
to ask why.
Yeah.
Roman, that's a bar
Oh, that's a bar.
right there. Roman, if you
I
know
like
your
that one.
why, you never have to
Quote that
ask
one.
why.
Yeah.
Why should I post? Why should I host an open house? Why should I make the call? No, it's your why is big enough. You don't negotiate with
With
yourself
yourself. Yeah.
and you just make
There's
it
no other
happen.
option. You got to do it. Yeah. I think that's another reason why, or another reason why teams work is because they have someone holding them accountable to whatever that why is. And it's maybe that why is just a position on that team. Like I want it, I want this position on this team. I like the people I'm working with. So I got to show up every day.
What do you feel is one of your biggest like strengths as to what makes your team amazing, with you, with what you do
Yeah.
and how you show up?
So one of my,
Okay,
yeah,
because look at this. I have seen the fruit of your leadership. Like there are so many agents that are absolutely crushing it now
yeah,
that have been under your leadership,
sure.
and so I mean, that speaks volumes of you.
Yeah. And it's really cool because I think we've talked about this before. Eh, I think sometimes team breakups can be like this taboo or like, oh, now nobody likes each other,
Yeah, no,
or
for sure.
things like that. And I start out before I even hire somebody, I have the conversation of one day you're going to want to do this on your own.
I
Nobody
love
gets
that. Yeah,
into,
just like break the ice upfront.
hmm
Hey, you're not here
yeah.
forever.
No, yes. Nobody, well, not nobody. There are some people. I've got a girl on my team right now who she just loves being on a team. And she likes the collaboration and she likes everybody moving in the same direction.
Yeah.
And she's a fantastic team member. And I love her. She's been with me for a little over 3 years now, and it's great. But for the most part, people get into the industry to make it be what they want it to be. And everybody's definition of that is different.
It's true.
And so we recognize that up front. And I guess I've built my team in a little bit of a unique way. I do end up hiring. I've never hired a male onto the team yet, though I had a couple reach out to me this last week. So I don't know. We'll see.
That's cool. Yeah.
Um, but I like creating a space that empowers
I
moms
love
or
that.
women to be able to go create what they want to create, both in the business world, but in the home. That Proverbs 31 woman. Is that right? Yeah. Am I
Yeah, yeah,
blanking?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
It is
yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's that
Uh,
one. Yeah.
it sounded right when it came out of my mouth. Um, I think it's all, especially as Christ followers, it's built in us to want to be that as a woman. And so that's what I want to build that space on the team for women to be able to do and
So
be
cool.
both
Yeah. I love that.
and do it at a high level. There's so many seasons to motherhood too, where who my kids are now and what my capacity is now at this age, it will be completely different 3 to 5 years from now.
Yeah.
And so my business maybe not as like exploding as it could be, or I just don't, truthfully, don't kill me for saying that, you can edit this out if you want, but unit count or volume is not my priority right now.
I love that.
Like my
It's so
priority
good.
is
Yeah.
balance.
Yeah.
So if that means I have more people on the team that I give more business to, for the sake of really having tight boundaries in the evenings with my kids and the weekends with my kids, then cool.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing right now.
For sure.
But I have the dog in me too.
Yeah.
That is looking forward to a few years from now where it's like, y'all better watch out. Like I'm
By the
coming for
way,
the business.
on that, Holly's nickname is Holly the dog, right? They call you Holly the
Like-
dog in the streets, you know?
Yeah,
Like, hey,
yeah.
watch out for this
I just am.
vicious real estate agent, you know?
I just the dog's more in my negotiation skills. I
Yeah,
I
yeah.
focus in that right now. Like you're not going to out negotiate me in a
Yeah.
listing appointment or in a transaction. I'll do it in a way that you don't even know it's happening, but that's where I'm putting the dog right now.
I love that,
So, yeah.
because life is about seasons, right?
Yeah.
And then like every season has its
Yeah.
different what I call uh uh uh, your priorities, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and so
So I still have bounds within the team. Like you got to do a certain number of things so everybody feels like we're still running together.
for sure.
But there will naturally be someone kind of more ahead in the pack based on where they're at in their life,
Yeah.
So, and that's okay. Like, that's totally okay. That's the way I want it to be. As long as everyone feels like they're pulling their weight, I'm good with that. Because again, at the end of the day, everybody got in this industry to make this business what they want it to be.
So good. Yeah.
So,
You know, it's interesting. I had a conversation with an agent, okay? She's a top producer. I mean, she produces at a high level. And then this year, she said, Steve, this is a year where I am going to produce less.
yeah.
And so I asked her why. Like,
Yeah.
oh, because I'm in a season where I want more of me
Yeah.
in what I'm doing and so on. And
Yeah.
then I loved it
Yeah.
because this industry also has a pressure with it that everyone has to produce, like,
Yeah.
X amount of units and
Yes.
income and
And this
volume, et
hustle
cetera.
culture in
Yeah,
general
exactly.
is it puts a lot of pressure on us working moms to go be and do better than everyone else. And I I'm at the point right now where I'm like, let's break that. Let's still have a really good, high producing, successful business, but in a way that allows you the space to still breathe. You're not anxious all the time and you're fulfilling your not duties at home, but who you want to be
Yeah.
in the house with your kids at home, all that. And so, I mean, one of the things you told me when I was joining, and I'll carry it for a long time. So just know it had a positive impact on me. You were like, I feel like this is going to be such a season of growth, but also rest for you. It was two at least similar words.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was kind of the thing that was like, okay, I know this is the path that I need to be going down because that's really what I was seeking and looking for. Because I am already very spread thin in my life, logistically speaking. And that's what I was looking for. Was like, let me cut the stuff that doesn't matter, cut the fat a little bit and grow. But growth doesn't always necessarily mean the number of transactions that's ending up that way.
Correct.
But I think it's because I am more at peace holistically in my life.
I love that. I love that.
So,
It's so good. Because also it really lines up with your why, right? Like every
mhm,
single year, your why might shift a little bit more
right.
and so on, according uh with the 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 season of life you're in, right?
Yep.
And so, like, sometimes it's busier, sometimes it's less busy, and so on,
Yeah.
according to where life has you in
Yeah.
that season, right? I tell agents all the time is that uh you must really uh decide what it is you want now.
Yeah.
And then you match your behaviors with that and so on. And
Yeah.
so where I find where people are like where there is a gap is
Mm,
that people want something but their behavior
it
isn't
doesn't line up.
matching and
Right.
so on, you know? And
Yeah.
so if you know your season, if all you want to do is 8 a year, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Like,
Sure.
honestly, you're winning in
Yeah.
life because that's what you want. Now, if it's someone who wants 30 homes a year
Right.
and you're, just in fear, you're not
Hmm.
working and so on, well, then,
Yeah.
work is needed. Like,
Yeah.
growth is needed, right?
Yes. Yeah. What are your negative mindsets that have you in a space where your actions aren't lining up with where your goals are?
What's one way you overcome fear? Because this
Mm.
industry, it's my opinion that the number one roadblock in this industry is fear, especially now because
Yeah.
it's a social media world, and on social media, we usually follow
Mm.
people we're inspired by,
Sure.
people that have built amazing things. They
Yeah.
speak well, and, like, I mean, so many things where we end up in a place where we continually are just comparing ourselves and it leads us into inaction,
Yeah.
right? And so fear sucks. I hate fear.
Yeah.
Every time I feel fear,
Yeah.
I instantly stop and say, Steve, why are you afraid of this?
Yeah.
Like, why is fear here in this moment and so on? What is it that you do that's that
Mhm.
makes Holly overcome fear? Because look at this.
Yeah.
On social, you are showing up fearlessly. When you show up in your business, like, I see you just show up fearlessly, And so, uh, 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 um, what is that? Like, where do you find that at? Or
Yeah. It's
what's in your mind that
yeah.
makes you be that person?
Okay. So I think to answer it quickly and then I can explain, is just I think I have enough life experience now to know that the things that I'm afraid of but do anyways always leads to something really good.
So good.
And
Yeah,
so,
which is so true.
in times where I am afraid, I remind myself, well, one, where's that from? The enemy. I read the Screw Tape Letters when I was younger,
Yeah.
and it talks a lot about, I mean, it is
C.S.
spiritual,
Lewis.
yeah,
Yeah.
spiritual warfare.
Yeah.
And so you can recognize the enemy's tactics in your life. And so for whatever reason, that book hit me really, like I've read it probably 12 years ago
For
and I
sure.
still think
Because
about it.
in a lot of ways, it's like your mind
Yeah.
is the enemy, right?
Right. Yeah.
And it speaks to you every
Yep.
single day, right?
Yeah. So I think it's a lot of life experience and knowing that on the other side of something scary, well, one, it ends up not even being that bad. That's the thing. Is like, oh, well,
That's so true.
that really wasn't that bad.
For
You
sure.
did it, you
Yeah,
did it.
yeah.
And it led to something good. Like door knocking, I still like, ugh, I don't love it, but I do it. And every time I do it, I have some kind of successful conversation. There was one time I knocked like 45 minutes before an open house
That's wild.
and I got 2 listings
Wow.
on the same, well, one was somebody was watching me knock and drove by and then called my sign. And the other one was the person across the street was putting their house on the market in 2 weeks
So
with
cool.
someone else. And this is a big thing about follow up too. They ended up putting it on the market with that someone else, took it off the market with them after the first weekend because of the conversation that we had,
Wow.
just
Okay.
with me kind of instilling some like almost some doubt,
Yeah,
a
yeah,
little
yeah.
bit of like,
Yeah, yeah.
well, if you don't see this or this,
For sure.
let me know. And they ended up listing with me the next week.
So cool.
Took it off the market, put it with me the next week. And so you just, I didn't want to do it. And it was cold outside. It was like freezing. And I mean, I was probably 6 years licensed at this point, and I still had that like little,
100%.
it's like that
I
little
still
devil
have
on
it
the shoulder,
years into this, for sure.
that's like, "Ah, don't, this is weird. Don't do it. Don't knock this door." And it's always the doors that I feel like I don't want to knock the most are the ones where the business is.
Come on. Romy, that's a bar right there.
So,
That's a
so,
bar. Yeah, because
so
honestly,
yeah,
the places you least want to be in, oftentimes,
is where the business
is where the business is at.
and I've just seen it enough. I think that's too, the people that come onto my team, they hear me preach this stuff all the time. And so they're like, okay, well, if she says this is where it's at, then I guess I better go do it.
Yeah.
And every single time they're like, oh, that wasn't so bad. And actually I had this really great connection. Oh, I didn't get business from it, but like I learned I could do it.
So cool. Okay, so
So
Liz, you said faith, you said enemy, you said deliverance, okay? So I'm assuming you're a Jesus loving
oh yeah.
believer, and so on. How is it that you incorporate your faith in your business? Like, what do you do on a practical level
Yeah.
with your
So
faith?
gosh, I mean, I feel like I'm walking with the Lord all the time because I've got my kids I'm instilling all of that into, and then, I go and connect at the church, on a serving level, and um the women that have ended up on my team, generally are believers too. So it stirs, the conversations are stirred a lot, and I'm able to find and see his goodness around every corner. And so I'm never shy to remind others of, hey, remember when he was good for you in that season? Look,
Come
watch,
on,
he was good for me in this season.
let's
He's going
go.
to be good for me in this next season, and
Yes,
he's going to be good for you in your next season too.
yes.
I do just about daily get in the word every morning, and am just kind of in
Which
awe
we see it on
of,
your Instagram. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
she does do that.
Yeah, there are some mornings where, somebody wakes up early and I'm like, dang it, or I'll try to do it later on in the day then, or
Yeah.
whatever, but staying in the word and staying in worship. And just letting him talk to me like, hey, what do you want from me in this listing appointment that I'm about to go into? Just guide me, Holy Spirit, guide me on who that person needs me to be when I walk through that door. Um, that's I don't know if that's really answering your question, but
Yeah,
I see the fruit of it and how he shows up and it's like, well, I can't deny it because he shows up every time.
I love it. It's my personal opinion that people of faith have the advantage. I
Yeah.
mean, we should. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
it's one of those things that like we are walking out
Mhm.
a life of faith.
Yeah.
And so with that, like I believe that his favor is on my business.
Right.
That his favor is on my life. Like I
Mhm.
wake up every morning and I believe that God's hand is on everything I do. Like
Yeah.
as a believer, you have to walk it out in
Yeah.
faith, believing that God is for you in everything you do. If not, why even live it
Yeah.
or say you live it and so on?
Yeah.
We have to literally grab hold of the promises of God that we are the head,
Yeah.
we're not the tail,
Yep.
we're above, we're not beneath. That God truly is on
Yeah.
our side.
Yeah.
I walk into places and like oftentimes I'm I'm possibly not the best one there, not the most well spoken,
Yeah.
et
Yeah.
cetera, et cetera,
Yeah.
but one thing I walk in with is a confidence that I am walking in the favor of God. And I'm
Yeah.
telling you, look at this. When you are able to truly walk out your spiritual life, like
Yeah.
supernatural things begin to happen,
Yep.
you
Yeah.
know? And so I love that that is a part of your business.
Yeah.
And I believe that that's why you are who you are,
Yeah.
you know?
It's interesting. So this spring, I was telling the girls on my team, I'm like every week I'd be like, where are our listings? Like it's been years since I've had to like try. And I should get in the prospecting game more. And I am implementing doing that more regularly, at least having a better pattern or touching base with the people that I've done business with in the past. But it was just flowing, like I'd have a listing every week, one or two that we'd be putting on the market spring and summer every week. And I'm like, where are they at? But I always followed the statement with the Lord's doing something.
Come
Something's
on.
about to happen.
Yes.
Because I've seen this before in business time and time again in other seasons where he was pausing it for a reason. And not just in my business, but in other people's business.
Yeah.
And sure enough, it was this shift here. And the second I moved, it's like, okay, they're back, and
Let's go.
so,
Come on.
yeah. And so, it's again, it's that pattern of knowing that he is, if something is paused or if there's a season of rest or something's shifting or different than the normal pattern, it's because he's doing something.
Wow.
Same with recruiting in other seasons where it was heavier than others. There was always a reason, and then I see it all the time in the girls on my team. If there's a season where it's like, oh, there's brakes being pumped, why? There's always that reason on the other side. And we're able to reflect and be like, oh, it's his goodness, it was his grace. And,
That's
and it
amazing.
never lacked at the same time. He still always provided exactly what we needed.
I love that. Well, one um a um a mindset I have is this: whenever we show up with our natural, I believe
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
God meets us with his super,
Yeah.
and
I love it.
supernatural things begin to happen.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing though is we have to show up with our natural though,
Yeah.
right? And so I absolutely love that about you. Okay, so look at this. I am a new agent, brand new, 2026. Okay, what are the three non-negotiables you would say I have to do in order to make it in this
Yeah.
brutal industry?
So being a new agent in 2026 is harder than some other seasons. But I think that that is such a great opportunity too, because if you can learn how to make it in right now, you'll soar when the market's different.
So good. Yeah.
Like it'll be,
Yeah. Yeah.
it'll be crazy for you. Non-negotiables, having conversations. I would say find the conversations that you are looking forward to the least or are most scared of, and find a flipping way to go tackle them. Do it. Like you got to get over your fear. So that's That's getting over your fear, having a daily consistent, this is my time block, this is my job. I have an 8 to 5, it's just in real estate, and you make it. I like building time blocks for people.
I know you do.
Like that's a fun one for me.
See you like, I mean, you are intentional with your calendar and with
Yeah.
systems and
Yeah.
and like I'm like, oh my gosh, when I see you,
Yeah.
I feel dumb. I'm all like,
No.
I'm not that smart.
No.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's fun for me to find the path to success for people. So I've had agents who are fresh out of college that have nothing on their plates, to single moms, that have another part-time job that are trying to bust into real
Yeah.
estate, everything in between. And so it's okay, let's look at your life and find how we prioritize the prospecting and everything else that needs to happen in the industry in between, and find your roadmap to success. But you have to find it, and then you have to execute on it.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of times where people get off, is that they are like, okay, I can do this, but they get to week 3 or 4 and they get tired because maybe they haven't seen the instant success they thought they were going to
For
find,
sure.
or even month 2 or 3, and they quit on themselves.
Yeah.
So it's just being persistent through this isn't happening yet. And then, having for me, I am a CRM lover. So if you don't have a database,
Okay.
you're missing out on a ton of business.
I love that.
And I've seen
Build
it
out
time
the
and time
database.
again. So, but it's harder to build a database once you have an established business. So if you can do it at the very beginning, and it's just a part of your job, like, oh, I'm not a real estate agent unless I have a database, you'll be fine.
Roman, that's a bar. Right there. If what? If I don't what?
If I don't have a database, I don't have a job. I don't have a business.
There you go. Agents,
If you
look
don't
at
have
this.
a database.
If you don't have a database, like, listen to this, okay? Years of experience, database.
Yeah.
It's wild how many agents ignore that, right?
Yeah. And spreadsheet's fine. I'm like, follow
I
up
tell
boss
agents,
or
that's
whatever.
how they
It's not
start.
it's not that expensive.
Yeah.
If you're gonna go spend money on stuff, spend money on a database before you go spend money on an expensive, $500 whatever closing gift thing. Like, get them something nice and just serve them really well. Spend money on your database.
You know what's wild? This is, look, what's this?
I know it's flashy, whatever, build to that. Like,
Talking about spending and so on, like I don't know where this is from or like when it shifted, but like
Yeah.
agents are spending like so much money on like their clients at
yeah.
when they close, like
I know.
like I used to always give them
Like,
a
how are
coffee
you doing
maker.
that,
Hey
first of
guys,
all? Yeah.
here's an espresso machine.
Yeah.
$160. Love you
No,
guys.
yeah.
You guys are amazing. But like nowadays, agents are like doing Louis Vuitton.
Let me just give you
and,
my
like, okay,
firstborn child.
I know, honestly.
As a
I'm not
closing
saying it's a
gift.
bad thing. I'm just kind of like, it's
Yeah.
interesting how like that
That's-
is now a thing. Like, I'm with you.
Whatever.
I build such strong relationships like no one expects from me and so on, right?
Yes. Yeah. 100%.
From that perspective.
You'll hear some comments from people. Like, I've had people be like, "Oh, Holly didn't give me a flat screen TV."
I've
Because
heard
they
those too,
see these
actually.
on
Yeah,
these
honestly,
crazy
on
reels or
social
whatever
media.
online, and I'm like, first of all, I don't know how you people are doing that, like, ethically. I'm sure there's a way, and I just haven't figured it out yet. But truly, I've never lacked referrals.
I just
by
respond
giving
by, look
people-
at this. That's a
I give it,
Vimeo.
like-
I would have bought you a Samsung.
Right? Yeah.
Just kidding. Look at this. Keep
Yeah.
buying those gifts, agents.
Yeah,
You guys are
yeah.
awesome.
But truly, like, people appreciate that, but what they remember is how you served them.
I love that.
The
It's true.
grill is gonna last a couple years because you probably didn't buy them that nice of a grill.
Yeah.
It'll last a couple years. It's gonna rust out on their back patio, but they remember for years how you served them then. But then the client experience goes so far beyond the transaction.
That's
How
so-
are we taking
that's
care
so
of
true.
them after the transaction and staying top of mind? That's where you're really gonna make your business
Yes.
be a business that's
Relationships.
self-sustainable.
Yeah.
It's just, sustaining those relationships.
It's
So,
building relationships,
Yeah.
right? It's
Yeah, yeah,
it's winning people over.
Yeah.
Just because you're an amazing agent.
Yeah. Yeah.
and an amazing human,
Yeah.
right?
People know that. Like if you're that's another thing too. Like you have to come from a genuine place. If you are after people's money, they will know it. And so you've got to be after their hearts and their investments and protecting those things. And they'll see it. They'll know in everything that you do whether or not you care about them.
Yeah.
And so care about your people and they will take care of you.
Roman, that's a bar right there. What'd you say again, Holly? What was it?
Take care of your people and they will take care of you.
I love that. Okay, what's one of the things that Holly's doing in that space? Like, what's
Yeah.
your experience with your clients that they just rave about you, they talk about you, they refer you? Like, what is it that you do? Besides, I mean, you truly care about them, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that's it. And I built my team in such a way to where they're going to get the answers they need. Nothing's ever going to fall off if Holly's in showings for 5 hours, So I'm really intentional with my clients when I'm with them. Like, I'm not going to be at a showing and taking a phone call in the other room while you're looking through this house. I'm with you, walking you through the house, pointing out the things that you need to see that you might not be seeing because you don't walk through houses all day every
Yeah.
day. So I've built systems to make sure people are taken care of
I love that.
while I'm unavailable. So that's definitely one thing is they know. Same thing with I implement from the get-go. People know from our first consultation, I have showing assistants. I can't be a million places at once. And I have good home life boundaries. And I have
So up
strengthened
front, you
those.
set up
Yes.
expectations up front.
If you set the expectation and people have confidence in your communication of those boundaries and those expectations, they don't care as long as
So true.
they're getting taken care of.
Yeah.
I can tell people you're not going to hear from me. I don't say this, but I could tell people you're not going to hear from me after 5 p.m., but I will make sure nothing ever dies in your transaction and you will always be taken care of.
So good.
They'll say, "Great.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you in the morning."
Cool. Yeah.
So, and that's probably what I need to do a little bit more of is set a little bit more of some evening boundaries,
Yeah.
But they do know. I do tell them, hey, my evenings I'm with my kids. I am a solo parent,
So if
and
I'm slow,
so
sometimes that
if I'm
responds.
slow
Yeah.
between the hours of 5 and 8 p.m., it's because I am feeding dinner. I am running between soccer, softball, jujitsu, whatever. I'll answer, but I might be a little bit slower. But we're in a group text with my TC, and I'll get back with you after, or you'll hear from me first thing in the morning, and I promise nothing will ever die.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Okay.
they know it. They trust it.
So going back, 3 things. Fear. Okay. You said punch
Yeah.
fear in the face.
Yeah.
Number 2, you said,
What did I say?
I forgot. It was really good. Number 3, you said CRM.
Oh, yeah, time blocking.
Oh, yeah.
And prospecting.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Time. Okay.
Yeah.
So number 1, punch fear in the face. Number 2, learn how to systemize your life, right?
Yes.
A
Yep.
little more. Maybe
Yep.
not to perfection, but
Yeah.
at least have some time blocking
Yeah.
in your weeks, right?
Yep. You gotta have a plan.
And then 3 is build out your database because
Yes.
it becomes the lifeline
Yeah.
of your business. I absolutely love that. Okay, let me wrap this up here. Look at this. What's your favorite thing about social media and your worst thing about social media?
Yeah.
Because nowadays, I mean, social media is not only a part of our business, it's a part of our lives
Yeah.
in every aspect and so on. Like,
Yeah.
all the way down to, like, I purchase my shoes based off of what people are saying online.
Yeah.
Like, literally,
Absolutely.
it's in every aspect of our lives. And in the
Yeah.
real estate world, it truly has become the driving force
Absolutely.
of business.
Yeah. So some people don't know this. I grew up a musician. So my
What do you play?
my vocal cords.
Oh, oh, really? You're a singer or what?
Yeah.
Huh?
And I played piano some. I'm like trying to kind of get back into it and whatnot. I stopped for a long time,
Want to
but
sing a song real quick? Like just so like
yeah.
yeah, no, no. Yeah.
Jesus loves me. This I know.
Okay.
Yeah. No. So I was a music major for my first year of college, and then went the business route and stuff, but stopped
No way, really?
practicing in the
You went in
creative
as a
space.
music major?
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have a strong creative side to me as well.
Yeah.
And so social media is an outlet for creativity for me. So I like to see the way people are editing things. And I like taking good quality videos of things
Hmm.
and just putting it out into the world. So I like that personally for me in my business. I love the connections that you can make with people on social media
That
that
is
you
cool.
wouldn't have known. You can't know that many people personally otherwise. So it's cool to make more connections through that space. So I think that's fun. My least favorite thing is it does, to a degree, you've got to be tied to it. If you
I know,
have
huh?
a
Oh, geez.
successful, strong business
It's
off
so
of real
true.
estate,
Yeah.
which we do,
Hmm.
we get a lot of business from social media.
I think that anyone and
Yeah.
everyone should own a home.
Yeah.
Like it's truly possible.
Yes. Should they do it right now? Sometimes not.
See that
Like
that's where
that's the
your
other
Dave
thing.
Ramsey came in. You know what I'm saying? Look
Like, yeah,
I love
well,
that.
yeah.
No, yeah,
But
it's
I've
true.
heard Theone say it too. She's, on her stuff. She's a great lender that I've met recently
Yeah.
through Steve. But she'll tell people like not everybody should be a homeowner right now. And I think that's another powerful thing for real estate agents to be able to tell a client, a potential client or lead or whatever, this might not be your time. We could force you into it. Like we could probably find you a way, but is it going to be your best option right now?
Yeah.
Maybe we need to wait a year. But I'm not going to be that agent that's going to put you in a situation where in a year from
For
now,
sure.
you need to sell your house because you can't afford it. I'd rather in a year from now, you buy that house because you can afford it now.
So good.
I
Yeah.
could have gotten 2 transactions out of you, but now you're in a place where you don't trust me because I got you in a bad financial place.
No, it's true. And we have a lot of agents just in the industry that are more
Out
focused
for
on
the sale.
the
Yeah.
check
Yeah.
at the end of the closing
Yeah.
versus the actual
Hmm.
person in it.
Yeah. I've had people who've not done business with me yet that have sent me more business than I would have gotten in the first place
That's
just
so
by
cool.
telling them to wait
That's so cool.
because they knew their friend could trust me to take care of them.
So then right now, what's your number one like lead source of business? Where is most of it coming from? I mean, you've been
Yeah.
in the industry for a long time, so I'm
Yeah.
assuming possibly referrals, right?
Yeah,
To some
it's
people.
it's referrals. It's interesting though because I'll have past clients who have my number send me a DM
That's so funny that happens.
with a referral.
That's so funny.
And so I'm like, it's something I'm tracking differently this year. So this is like agent to agent content for a second, but like that's something I'm tracking differently this year is it it's not just a past client, it's a past client social media touch. Because clearly they're seeing me on social media and that's where they're giving me the referral. I want that to be a differentiator in my tracking of like where my business is coming from.
My
Of like, so
goodness.
then I know, okay, some of it's cold social media, but then what's past client social media?
Yeah.
Because that's all social media. Do I need to be investing my time more in social media? Probably, because that's where
That's where it's coming from,
that's
right?
where it's coming from.
Yeah.
So I just want to, I'm figuring that out. I'll have the stats for you by the end of this year.
No, I love that. But okay, no, but I mean, you
Yeah.
said it. Look at this. So much of our business is coming from social media.
Yeah.
Like in 2026,
Yes.
if you are invisible, it's costing you
Mhm.
your entire business, right?
Yeah.
Like you have to be on social media
Yeah.
and you have to get good at the social media, right? Because it's not only about just showing up, but it's being intentional
Yeah.
about how you are showing up, right? What you're saying, what you're showing, who you are on there, and so on. So many agents constantly hear, oh, post, 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 post. And then they ask, well, what do I post? Oh my gosh, like, what's going on? What do you feel works for you on social?
I feel like the stuff I've been posting lately is the what makes me credible as a listing agent.
Which is
the skill that I
amazing.
have, what's in my brain.
Yeah,
What do I have in my brain that's actually serving my clients well?
I love
And
that.
posting about those things. The things that my team offers. So I've had a large handful of listing appointments lately where they're like, "Oh yeah, I saw you up in that attic changing that air filter."
Yeah.
you know?
That was a really good reel, actually.
And they're like, "We know that you're worth what you're charging because you're down for me. Like you're
Yeah,
gonna take care of
for
me."
sure.
And then I posted the other success story of the list. It was that same listing, but we had such great success selling it where another agent was not able to, and just posting about that. And people were like, "Hey, I just referred you to this person because their listing is up on the market, but it's not selling. Can you help them?"
Wow.
And so that's working right now. So I think showing people what I have in here and
Yeah.
the 10 years of experience is what people want to see from me right now.
So good. Okay, so is Holly's team growing? Are
Yeah.
you accepting more agents onto your team?
Yeah, yeah.
That's the ultimate question agents are asking right now.
Yeah. So I am around the corner from interviewing. I'm going to start interviewing.
Okay.
I said when I moved, I'm out of a leadership position now. I've stripped a lot of, like I said, I've cut the fat because I wanted to build a really, really strong foundation and some systems that I knew would help us be able to sustain high lead volume.
Yeah.
And high lead volume is what I want for an agent that's coming onto my team. Not that leads need to be the value prop. If you're coming onto my team to get leads, we're probably not going to be the best fit.
Yeah.
But I want to also be able to give you more at bats too while you're learning how to build your business.
So cool.
And just help you make like a bunch of money.
That's so good.
So all that to say, I'll be hiring for sure, like in a month.
I love it.
Kids
I
to
love
school.
it. Listen,
Yeah,
I am a huge fan of
yeah,
coaching,
yeah,
of mentoring,
yeah.
of being somewhere that helps you grow. And I have every ounce of conviction in me that anyone that is on your team has that with
Yeah,
you and so on.
that's
So
sweet.
reach out
Thank
to
you.
Holly, okay, if you're interested and so on. She's an incredible leader. She's an amazing human, as you can see watching this podcast. Holly, how do people find you and where?
Yeah. A lot of people DM me
Okay.
as
Okay.
we said.
Yeah.
So
What's your Instagram?
Holly O sells homes.
Holly O.
Holly O sells homes on both Instagram and TikTok. And then I think it's the same on Facebook too.
Okay, cool.
But then you can just send me a text. 817-564-1845.
All right, send her a text. Grab some coffee with her.
Send me a text. Don't send me a voicemail. You don't want to see
Or
what
a
my
DM,
voicemail box is right now.
Slide into her DMs.
Slide into
okay?
the DMs. Yeah.
And Holly,
Yeah.
thanks so much for
Thanks
being
for
on
having
here.
me. This was fun.
I'm excited to
Yeah.
see the rest of the year. By the way, okay, Holly is one of the speakers at our All In Summit conference coming up here in a few weeks. You know that
Yeah.
we have so many agents flying in from all over the
So
country.
fun.
Like last night, like this morning, I woke up to agents from Nashville
Oh, fun.
buying tickets. Okay,
I love
I
it.
have no idea who they are, but one thing I do know is this: they are going to be in a room, okay, where they are absolutely going to grow
Yeah.
and get into the next level of their
Yeah.
business. Holly, thanks so much for being on the podcast.
Thank you for
and
leading.
you know what?
Yeah.
I think you should host some of these.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
We're gonna do that, okay? Holly's gonna be hosting some of these episodes so that your boy doesn't have to stutter his way through 100 other
You do
episodes
great.
and so on,
You
you know.
do
But
great.
anyway, cool. Holly,
Yeah.
thanks so much.
Thanks for having me.
Follow her.
Yeah.
Follow her on social, okay? She's amazing. All right,
Awesome.
we're out.